Rise and shine, beautiful souls. All right, listen, stay tuned to the end of this video, and I promise you it's going to be life-changing. But first, I want to watch this video first to get you guys into it, okay? Just to get into it. So, watch this elephant here. I know y'all thinking like, what is this elephant doing, right? Just pushing a tree down. And you have to understand that this is not a rotten tree. And if you were driving your car and you hit this tree, your car is likely going to wrap around this tree. But this elephant is so powerful, it can just push it down. I mean, look at there. Timber, right? Why would an elephant do this? To get the food from the top. So like giraffes, they have a long neck. They can reach the top, but the elephant doesn't need to. If it can't reach the food, it can simply bring the food down to it by taking down the whole tree. You understand? Here's another one. Elephants knock down trees like this because it leaves a path to it, lets other elephants know that that's where they went, or it helps them find their way back. Elephants are actually very, very intelligent. They are second in terms of intelligence, coming right there with like whales and things of that nature. So they're very, very intelligent, right? I heard one guy say that elephants are so smart, they actually can know their surroundings and their environment more than a human would. Like, that's how strong and powerful their memory is, okay? But these elephants, of course, they weigh several tons and they are tremendously powerful. Like, no animal in the animal kingdom messes with them, okay? While I'm looking up the content on these elephants, I'm seeing videos where they're fighting off rhinos, and just no animal gives this elephant a single problem, okay? So this is an extremely capable animal, okay? Look at this elephant as it pushes this tree. This one didn't break. He pushed it down and brought the roots up with it. You see that? Look at this one. Look at there, brought down a third tree. And like I said, some of these trees are large enough that your car wouldn't even knock it down, okay? But now I want you to see this. And while you're looking at that, I know you're probably saying, Kevin, why are you now showing me this elephant on a stake? Because I want you to understand something. As powerful as this animal is, look at it now, held in place by that small rope and that small stake. But how is it possible, okay? Tell you guys a story. This man's on his little walk, little journey. He passes by a person who has captured elephants. And he noticed these elephants are bound to a stake and they won't walk away from the stake. When the man knows how strong elephants are, he's like, the elephant could pull that stake out of the ground without even thinking about it. Like, all it has to do is forget that it's tied to that stake and just start walking. It'll yank the stake out of the ground. So how are you able to keep these elephants tied to these stakes, is what he asked the capturer, right? The capturer says, well, we put these ropes on these elephants early in life. My family done came in the house, they loud, but we put these ropes on the elephants early in life, right? And while they're young, they can't break away from the stake. So as they grow older, they're conditioned to think that they cannot pull away from the stake. So much so, they just stop trying whenever they reach adulthood. So it's not the stake holding the elephant. It's the elephant's mind that's holding the elephant. I want to ask you guys, what's holding you back? I want you guys to think about something that you might have tried to do whenever you were younger and failed at it. And so now you constantly tell yourself that you can't do it, not challenging yourself again. I want you to think about the things you were taught to believe in when you were young, and how, because you were a child, you didn't have the cognizance and the information, the data to refute what you were being taught. And now, since you're grown, you're conditioned to think that it's true. So you walk in that. And you argue for it and you fight for it, and it's part of your ego. You identify with it and you believe so strongly that it's true, only because you're not willing to contend with it and challenge it. You understand? Think about some of the things that your parents taught you, the behaviors that you were taught. What are you doing now in your life that is due to being held back as a child? That's due to you being taught these wrong ways as a child, and now you're carrying them out, right? Think about how you see life. Could that be your mind being held back? You understand what I'm saying? Some of us are still angry with people. We're upset about things that people said to us. Maybe they told us we weren't good enough. Maybe they told us we were ugly, not capable, not talented. But I want you guys to know those people are not stopping you from being successful. You are. That person told you that you were not talented. That person told you that you were not capable. And now you keep reminding yourself of what they said. So they said it to you once. And now every day, whenever you wake up, you recreate that same scenario and live it out, or you remember that same thing and carry it out. And what remember means is to put together again. And so whenever you wake up and you remind yourself of all the negative things people said to you, and you allow those things to keep you from going out and being successful, you are doing exactly what this elephant is doing, allowing other people to hold it back via its mind. And there's nothing really holding you. So if you do the inner work, you can push past all these things. There's nobody stopping you from succeeding. Maybe history has taken you captive. Maybe through hearing about history, you're angry all the time and you can't see how to live your life because you're always in contention with someone of a different race. Maybe. What if I told you ain't nobody stopping you? You can go out here and be successful and conquer your life, and you don't have to wake up and be mad at nobody. You understand? All that stuff is to keep you imprisoned. Your anger does nothing but create a hell for you. When you're angry, those people that you're angry at don't even know about it. It's you who's feeling all that anger. It's you who feels all of that anxiety from that anger. And it's you whose progression is stopped due to that anger. I promise you. So why not let it go in favor of your future? Why be so egotistical about being angry? I never forgive them. Do you know what they did to me? Let it go. It's only holding you back. Your anger is not stopping them. Your depression over what was said to you and done to you, your trauma ain't stopping them. It's only stopping you. So I'm encouraging you guys, break free from the rope that binds you to that stake. That rope is not strong enough to hold you. You are holding you to that rope through your mindset. Okay? Here's another one, family. Look at this elephant right here. Through what it has been taught, okay? It is eager to step on the stand and try to balance itself on this ball. In this elephant's mind, it's probably trying to be the best ball balancer that it can possibly be, with no thought for what it truly is, its true potential, family, freedom. It probably hasn't even taken the thought for what true freedom would be. And if you set this elephant free in the wild, it likely would not survive. And it doesn't even have to hunt and kill its food. It's an herbivore. And because it does not have any type of knowledge as to how to survive on its own, and it's been taking care of its whole life, it could still starve to death because it would not know how to simply go out and get its own food. The same way these other elephants, look at this, balancing on the ball. The same way these other elephants can push down a tree to get food. It wouldn't even know the food, know where to get food, or know the first thing about establishing or accessing that food, because it does not know how to be an elephant. It knows how to balance on balls. Think about us, family. We take pride in doing some of the things they taught us to do. Go to work, come home, right? Throw away your whole life for their career, right? For their job, right? And you thinking nothing about what you would actually do with your life if you weren't there. You're only doing what you know to do. And a lot of you guys can see yourself being in better positions. You know you don't like your job. You know you're unhappy, but you can't imagine yourself not doing the same thing that you've been doing your whole life. And so that's what's keeping you from being an entrepreneur. There's nobody stopping you, actually. It's your mind. And so because of that, you're going to go in that place every single day and balance on these balls. That hamster's going to get on that wheel and be prideful about how good of a hamster it is, not realizing that it's only doing the bidding of another person, man. I encourage you, if you're angry at somebody through some rumor, if you're angry at somebody because of something they did to you, you're only doing the bidding of another person, okay? Release that anger and you set yourself free. Free the mind and the rest will follow. Please understand it's all in your head, family. It is all in your head. Please let go of your past traumas so you can flourish and become the best person that you can be, okay? Please, I encourage you guys, consider this elephant and say, hey, what if I'm powerful? What if I'm powerful and I'm being held back due to some frame of thought I was taught since a child, due to some conditioning I was taught as a child? And that's why I'm never going to reach my potential, because of things that was given to me since I was a child. It's not anything physical holding me back. I'm not walking outside and seeing people jump in front of me and stop me from reaching my goals. When I go left, they go left, jump in front of me. No, I'm not letting you accomplish your goals. No, as soon as I wake up in the rise, I began telling myself all the negative things that have been said to me. And I began to believe that and project that onto my new reality. If I went to bed broke last night, when I wake up in the next rise, I'm going to remind myself I was broke last night. And now I'm going to keep recreating that for myself because, hey, that's been the pattern I've been seeing. I don't know I have the power to change that if I just stop repeating it, if I stop remembering it. If I told you right now, you could put all that down and simply become new, become fresh, and just create with no trauma, would you believe me? Or do you believe that you are the trauma that you went through? Do you believe that you are every time you have a broken heart, every time you got offended? Do you believe that you are that? Or do you believe that that's what's holding you back from being you? And what I'm telling you is if you just put all of that down, you would realize you are absolutely unstoppable. The only things that's stopping you is your mind. I promise you. It is your mind that's going to set you free, family. Free your mind and the rest will follow. You don't got to so much focus on all these people outside of you. Hey, you said something to me a long time ago and you hurt me. My mama was mean to me. My daddy was mad to me. My family threw me in religion and didn't give me a chance to even think before. And now all of a sudden, now I got this belief. Well, you could put it down. You could put it down, but you're afraid to challenge it because of what you've been taught. You're afraid to challenge some of your parents' ideas and stances because they taught you that you're supposed to make them proud. And that's what you're supposed to do with your life. They didn't teach you that your life was your own and you're supposed to forge your own path and make yourself proud and leave a legacy to your children and be a leader. How can you ever be a great leader if you're too busy worrying about what your predecessors thought? They're depending on you to take them further. So you challenge what they think and you be great. Never would I teach my children that they are supposed to make me proud. That's their life. No, son, daughter, do exactly what you know to do, regardless of if I'm proud of you. I'm going to love you regardless. OK, but there's going to be some things that you're going to do to challenge my mind to bring me further in life. And if you let me dictate that, I'm going to stop you from doing it because it's going to make me feel uncomfortable. And so I'm going to say, don't do it. I'm going to use my error. I'm going to use my experience. I'm going to use anything I ever been through that I can, my so-called morals, to try to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. But what if I'm wrong? You have to push past that and do what you know is inside of you. Have integrity to pursue your best self, family, with no apologies. You don't have to apologize to any person for unlocking your truest self. So again, family, free your mind and the rest will follow. Wake up out of your sleep. You're being programmed. You're being manipulated. Your life is yours. It is not anybody else's but yours. And you have a right to choose your life and forge your life into being whatever you want it to be. Don't let anybody tell you you're not capable. Don't be these strong, capable animals, but now you can't perform because somebody has stripped you of that. Okay? Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it's in that chaos that you find yourself. Peace.